India at the Nidahasa Trophy in Sri Lanka was always going to be about seeing how players performed in different roles, how they took on more leadership roles, and how they could evolve in the absence of the lead players. So it wasn't as much about the results as about seeing how players grew. And that's why I'm going to look at this blog from that point of view. I think India's batting is taking care of itself. I don't think India's batting will ever have an issue. It's just players evolving into their roles. And I liked especially how Manish Pandey and Dinesh Karthik closed the game against Sri Lanka. Karthik is in the form of his life. He's looking like a proper batsman. I thought he looked the classiest batsman in that win against Sri Lanka. But Manish Pandey is showing that the more opportunities you give him, the more at home he is. And he has this wonderful knack of taking a game through to the end and playing the big shots at just the right moment. So I think Manish Pandey has been a plus. I think Dinesh Karthik has been a plus. And you just look at Suresh Raina and say, this man was born to play T20 cricket for India. I'm just a little concerned with Suresh Raina Mark II, as I tend to call him, Raina 2.0, in that I think he's seeing his role as someone who goes out there and demolishes the bowling. I think he's being a little unfair to himself because Suresh Raina is much, much more than a 14-15 ball 27. And I think that's why Raina at number 4 for India when Kohli comes back at 3 has that big part to play. Raina, Manish Pandey, 4-5, that's how it's going to be. The people whose role is going to be to take the game deep, and the rest of the Nidahasa Trophy, that's what I want to see from Suresh Raina. I want to see him take the game deep and show off his batting skills far more than being just a little firecracker. What do we do with Rohit Sharma? He's now been around 11 or 12 years, and the thing that worries me about Rohit Sharma amidst this, his talent, his extraordinary ability to be a match winner has been reported so many times, but he goes through these streaks. If Rohit Sharma has 2 or 3 off games, then you're not quite convinced that he's going to come storming back in the 4th, because he tends to build up these low-scoring streaks that he's built up again now. His last 10 or 12 games has had just one performance, and that is why with Rohit Sharma, you don't just need to look at the average, you need to look at the median score. We're going to do a big blog on that someday as well. But yes, Rohit Sharma has got to find a way of breaking these long streaks. But this Nidahasa Trophy was always going to be about India's bowling. No Bhuvneshwar Kumar, no Jasprit Bumrah, no Hardik Pandya, no Kuldeep Yadav. How have the others stacked up in their absence? I'm a little disappointed with Jaydev Unadkat because I talked him up a lot. I thought he was ready to go to the next level. And with Bhuvneshwar and Bumrah gone, suddenly Unadkat is your lead bowler. And I think he's looking a little weighed down. I don't know if it's because of the big price tag at the IPL. You cannot always relate two events and find a causative relationship between them. But increasingly, I think that he's becoming a bowler where when the ball stops, he's a magnificent bowler. When the ball skids on, then he's becoming a little predictable. But I think he's looking a little burdened. And I'm sure there's enough people around him who are telling him, look, you had no role to play in getting that big IPL price tag. You're not 11, 12 crore player when you go out to play. You're still the same Jaydev Unadkat, who's had a fantastic 2 years. What about Shardul Thakur? Very interesting bowler. He comes in at the start and he gets hammered. Maybe he needs the support of those 4 fielders around him to get his variations in, but he's becoming a very good late overs bowler. So if you can find someone else to do a little more in the first 6, then maybe he bowls 1 over there, maybe he bowls 1 around 12 or 13, and then he comes back and bowls 2 very good overs at the death. And I'm just thinking, if Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Jasprit Bumrah, Shardul Thakur, you can find a way to play all 3 of them, then you've got some very good last 5 or 6 overs. So how do we get the best out of Shardul Thakur? Look at what Washington Sundar has done. And I think Thakur actually owes a little debt to Washington Sundar because he's bowling a lot of overs in the first 6 and he's been mighty impressive. Ravichandran Ashwin was a bit like that early on, bowling beautifully inside the power play. Even in this big game against Sri Lanka, 3 overs, 18. Very impressed with Washington Sundar. Now he needs to work a little bit on his agility in the field and become a batsman at number 7, 8. He's already a good batsman, but I'm not sure at 7, 8, where you've got 7, 8, 10 balls at best to play, whether he's that big boom player. But Washington Sundar, very impressive, allowing Rohit Sharma in this series the opportunity to play around with the rest of the bowling. I still think India are going into this tournament short of a bowler. And that's putting a lot of pressure on Vijay Shankar, who's really a batsman who bowls a little bit. and it'll be interesting to see how Vijay Shankar goes about it. I'm not sure he's more than a 2 overs bowler, and I think India going in with 4 bowlers, a little bit of Vijay Shankar, a little bit of Raina, I think you need 23, 24 overs in your side. I've said that time and again. I think we're being a little unfair to Vijay Shankar by regarding him as a bowling all-rounder, batting down at 7-8, whereas he's actually a top 6 batsman who finishes strongly and can give you a couple of overs. So when all the players come back, I think if Pandya goes to number 6 and then you have 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 giving you 20 overs, then I think as a floater, Vijay Shankar and Deepak Hooda, you can get a few players in there, but that's for another day. So overall, I think with the bowling, we've learned a little bit more about the bowlers just underneath the lead bowlers. Batting was never going to be an issue.